Alright guys, this is Numpy tutorial number 5 in which we will be discussing copy and view function, and we will also see the difference between copy and view. Now in previous couple of videos we have discussed how to create array, how to slice array and how to grab elements of array. Now we will see how to copy an array and store it into another variable, or how to view an array and store it into another variable, and what will be the effects while copying that array and viewing that array. So the main difference between a copy and a view of an array is that the copy is a new array and the view is just a view of the original array. So it's mean when I copy an array and store it into another array, it's mean that I am owning the data of that array, and while viewing the original array, I'm just viewing that array. So we will see both of them practically. Now the copy owns the data, and any changes made to the copy will not affect original array. It's mean that I have just copied that array, and if I made changes to the new array that I have copied, it won't affect the original array. But in case of view, if I view the original array and made changes to the view array, then it will affect the original array as well. So let's do some practical work. Now here the first example is, it says that make a copy and change the original array and display both arrays. So first let me import numpy. So import numpy. Okay, numpy is np. After that let me create here array. We are using np.array function. Now within this it will be a single dimension array. You can create any one. So if I print this, it will be look like this. But what I will do here, I will create another array by the name of new array, and I will be using the original array, that is arr, after that dot operator, then copy function, and this will copy this arr array, this original array, into this new variable. Okay, great. So let me print first original array. Okay, this will be the original array. Just say arr. After that let me print the copied array, and this is new arr. So enter. As you can see, we have these two arrays, original array and copied array, both of same, because we have just copied this array into this array, that is copied array. Now what will happen if I make changes to new array, such as new arr, and at index 0 I want to put new value in place of this one. So I'll be using index 0. Suppose the value will be 100. Enter. As you can see here, we have 100 in the new array, and it has not affected the original array. When I copied this arr array into this new arr and I made changes to this new array, it doesn't affect the original array because I just copied the original array. Okay, now it's time to just copy this part from here, and let's check example for view, that what will happen. So paste it right here. Now this is our original array. After that this is our new array, but in place of copy this time I will use view function. Okay, and let me remove this part for now and enter. So we have this array. This is the original array and this is the view array. So let me change the message as well. So viewed array. Now it's mean that I have just viewed this array. So what will happen if I made changes to this new array, such as at index it's index 1, I want to replace this 2 with something else. So it has index 1. Let me give it value 200. Okay, just 200 and enter. So I have replaced this, but as you can see here, there also exists 200. So it means that whenever we view original array and we made changes to this new view array, it will also affect the original array. So the difference between copy and view function is that, I repeat, listen to me very carefully. Whenever we copy an original array and we made changes to the new copied array, it will not affect the original array. But when we use view function and we made changes to that new array while using this view function, it will also affect the original array as well. So this is the difference between view and copy while using numpy array. Now let's do something more, such as here another example. Make a view, change the view and display both arrays. This is the same example, so we will skip this part. This is the same example. Now this is the important part. Check if array owns its data, such as suppose we have an array and it has some data. Now as mentioned in the above, we have discussed that copies, when we use a copy function, it owns the data and views doesn't own the data. But how can we check this? How we can see that how can copy owns the data and how views doesn't own the data? So for that, numpy provide us an attribute that is base. Okay, let me run this part here. So this base function, or you can say attribute, will help us to check copy and view data. Okay, and now point to be noted, it is very important point. When we use this base function, it will return none if the array owns data. Means if we copy a new array and if it has owned the data, then it will return none. Okay, it will return none. Otherwise the base attribute refer to the original array. Okay, let's see that what does it mean. So here you can see we have this example. So let me remove this part so that we can easily understand. So I have simply created my by the name of my array using numpy.array function, and it will give me this. You can say, you can call it class. Okay, you can call it function or class. So it will generate me this array. Now what I want, so let's say we have an array by the name of x, np dot first time I will copy this, not np, this will be my array dot copy. So I have copied this original array into this x. Let's see. After that I will view, not copy, this my array dot view into this y variable. So now this single array, first I have copied and stored it into x. After that I have just viewed this array and stored it into y. Now I have printed this message, x array and y array. Now what will happen? So I will say x dot base, because I am going to check its data, that x owns data or not. So if it owns data, then it will return none. If it doesn't own data, then it will return the original array. So I will use the same method for y and enter. As you can see, x returns none. It's mean that it owns data. When we copied this array, so it has also copied the data, so it means that its own data, that's why it's returned none. But in case of y, that we just viewed the array, that's why it's just return the original array instead of none. So it's mean that view doesn't own the data. Now there is an exercise for you. Check this array, and after that write in the below comment section the correct method to make a copy of the array. Okay, correct method to copy of the array. So see you in the next tutorial.